So hi guys, welcome to Music Talk with Ad-Rian. Today's topic is collaboration with other musicians, and for those of you who are new to the channel, this channel is all about real-made experience that I would like to share with you in order to help you navigate through music business as you go along. And please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and we'll dive into the topic right after the intro. So every once in a while I get asked, how do I handle collaboration with other musicians? I've done a couple of collaborations in my past with all kind of different musicians, lyricists and producers. And, there's certain things to consider when you work together. So we have to kind of put our thoughts into what are the three most important things to know when it comes to working together on a song. Now, I think first of all, it's important to know that as a music author, as a copyright holder, that's who you are when you write everything on your own. You write your own lyrics, you write your own music, and you also are the editor of the song as far as production and everything. Now, in that case, all of the author rights are totally on your side. You're the only one that holds all the copyrights to your song that you composed. And now, if you get together with someone else and you guys write together, then of course the question is always, how are you going to split up the credits? Now, that really depends. The easiest thing is if you're two guys and one of you writes all of the lyrics and the other one writes all of the music, and the production you kind of like do together. In that way, the one guy who writes the lyric would have 100% of all the lyric rights. The composer would have all the music rights, and the editing rights you would kind of like split up between the two of you. Now, it's a little bit more complex if, for example, you work on the music together. Now, in that case, it always depends who's doing what. Now, that's kind of like a thing of negotiating with each other. Now, for example, if somebody wrote a cool intro, that could be a small part with a big impact. If you think about big hits like The Final Countdown by the band Europe, that was released in the 80s with this really gigantic synth melody that kind of really makes a song. On the other hand, you might contribute something to a bridge or something which is a little less important, which kind of like helps the song into the next chorus, but it's not quite, that it will make 50% of the song. So it's really all about negotiating together and kind of like find your way through the writing process together. And I really suggest that you guys do that before you start writing. Just kind of like sit down and negotiate and talk with each other how you want to handle that issue. It just really helps going with a free mind into the process, and it avoids disagreements when the song gets released and money's being made. A lot of times, if things are not really clear, but by that point, there could be like disagreements or fights over legal matters, whatever. So my suggestion is always be very open about it, talk about it before you get into the writing process, or maybe even during the writing process, just kind of like find your way through it. Now, there's also a situation like when you work with a producer. Now, a lot of times, coming from these three steps of having, as an author, having the composer, having the lyricist, and the editor, which gets registered at your author registration company or your publishing company. Usually, when you work with a producer, the producer has 100% of the editor. But now that is only, of course, if he really contributes to the song on a major level. Like, for example, if you walk into the studio with just your acoustic guitar and you play a song, and the producer's kind of like picking up the song idea and just making this beautiful arrangement around it, adding drums, bass, and just like really lifting the song up to a level where it's like a radio hit. Obviously, in that situation, the producer would have 100% of the editor, since it really makes the song going on a big level. Okay, now you kind of like get where I'm going to. It's always about negotiating who is bringing what to the table. So I hope that this kind of like helps you to find your way. And like I said a little early in the video, really try to negotiate and talk about this topic very openly in the very beginning before you start working together, or even during the working process. Just like get all that stuff out of the way and just really be clear about how you're handling all that kind of stuff. Okay. With that being said and that being done, you are open and free to really kick out some really good music. And to be honest, there's nothing greater than a couple of creative people coming together writing some great music. And all that stuff regarding author rights and copyrights, that these are like technical things that really can be discussed and solved in advance really easily. So this is definitely my advice to you. And yeah, with that being said, I really hope this video helped you navigate through the process of writing together. And yeah, in that way, I wish you a very good time. I'm looking forward to talk to you the next time. Stay inspired, stay creative. See you next time.